UNM is opening a new exhibit this week on their main campus, exploring issues like poverty, gun violence, racial profiling, and the power of collective protest and healing. And joining us with more this morning, more details on the exhibit and how they're drawing attention to those issues through arts, Doctors Kimberly Pinder and Karen Fisk. Good to have you both this morning.
Thank you.
We're just having a little bit of a dialogue about what this is. It's set up this week, right? The exhibit started this week, and then it'll run all the way through December. So tell us, give us the gist of what it's all about.
Well, the exhibit is really gathering various works that are historical and contemporary that are addressing some of the issues that you mentioned and even more. And it's, artists have spent, their goal is really to address the contemporary world around them and current events. And many of the artists that we have in the show have felt this urgent need to address the types of things that we've been looking at on the news for the last 18 months or so.
What are some of the works of art that we might see? Would we recognize any?
Some of them you will. Like, for instance, we are really focusing on a historical perspective. So there are a number of black and white photographs from the 60s and 70s from the UNM art collection that are iconic. Some of them are iconic civil rights photographs that I think many of us will recognize by artists such as Danny Lyon. And for instance, we have these juxtapositions of contemporary artists responding to the same issues and events. And there are a lot of very specific historical events that are being addressed by both the historical photographs and the contemporary artists. So one example is on our banner, if you go to the UNM campus, by an artist named Dred Scott. And it is a shot from a performance that he did where he walked against a fire hose. And that's juxtaposed directly with Charles Moore's historic photograph from 1963 showing civil rights activists being fire hosed in Birmingham.
Now, this is why host it here in Albuquerque? Is there kind of a nationwide perspective too on all of this that it would be good for us to learn locally?
Well, the show, there's a couple of works that deal with local issues, but for the most part, the artists in the show are from many different parts of the country. One artist is even someone who's working in Berlin. And so it's a group show, and they're really dealing with these issues on a national level, as well as I said, these local works.
Very interesting. So how long is this going to be on display?
It's going to be up until December 12th.
So people have an opportunity to see it, maybe explore it in depth if they would like to.
Absolutely.
What do you hope people walk away with when they see this?
Well, that's really the point of doing it as an art exhibit. It's so different than just watching a quick segment on the news, which can often be sensationalist or sound bites. And art really invites you to slow down, think, feel, reflect, and talk. I mean, the whole point of this is to really have people start a dialogue.
Do you have a way for people to sort of facilitate discussion there? Is
Absolutely.
there a dialogue, questions maybe, or things to read about?
So one of the things that we were very thoughtful about was to create lots of opportunities for dialogues. One of the biggest ones is going to be a community dialogue and roundtables that are going to be in the lobby of the Pope Joy, right in front of the museum. That's going to be October 10th. And that is going to be open to the public. We also have a number of artists that are in the show who are going to be available to have discussions. The first one will be a panel discussion on next Saturday.
Great.
You didn't make that on there.
There are the details.
Yep,
UNM Main Art Gallery, and it's September 11th through the 12th of December. So look for that there. We'll link to it too through KRQE.com. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Best of luck with the exhibit.
Thanks
We'll be right
a lot.
back.
Thanks. Okay.